Welcome to Cessible Care Tutorials. Now in this video, we're going to go through how to use our Brevity Care software. If you're new or returning to Cessible Care, you would have received an email with your login credentials. In this email, you would have your username, your password, as well as a unique code for Cessible Care. Now the app we use for our rostering is called Brevity, and you can get it on your iPhone or your Android via Apple Store or Google Play. Now once you download that app, you need to put your username, password, as well as the code, and then you would have the app showing up on your phone like this one here. Now to start using the app, all you have to do is log in. What I would recommend once you log in is to change your password immediately to something that you would remember or something that's unique to you. So to change your password, all you have to do is come up to this hamburger menu. On my iPhone, this is located on the top left side of my screen. So just have to click on that, and then you will be able to see your profile. All you have to do is come down here to change password. You obviously have to enter your current password, which is the password you would have received in your email. And then you would need to enter your new password twice just to confirm that the password that you chose is the one that you actually want to choose. And then once that's done, you just need to change that password. Now, once you've set your password, all you have to do is just go back to your home screen, which is usually the dashboard. So on the dashboard, usually the first thing you would see is the shifts that are upcoming. So any shift that are about to happen will be here. Now in your My Shift, moving to the right, you'll be able to see all the shifts that you have picked up or all the shifts that you're rostered for this coming week, okay, or even for this coming month. Now, moving on to the right, you do have your unconfirmed shifts. So these are the shifts that you have been allocated to, but you haven't actually confirmed that you're able to work these shifts. Or perhaps maybe this shift has been allocated to you, but Cessible Care has not yet confirmed, or the client has not yet confirmed that they need a staff for that shift. Okay. And then moving to the right again, you do have your available shifts. So now these are the shifts that are on offer. So essentially this shift can be picked up by anybody who has received that notification and they're available to pick up those shifts. Okay. So looking here, I can see there are 2 shifts that are available for offer. So I just have to look at each shift and see if I'm happy to do that, and then I'll be able to accept it. Now, to accept a shift, all I have to do is click on it just to see the details of what these shifts requires me to do. So this shift is at Lower Temple Store Frontida, and it starts from 4 to 10:30, as you can see here. Now, I can see the address and the phone number of this HK, as well as any documents that I need to familiarize myself with. Now, if I'm not sure how far this place is and whether I can make it, all you have to do is just click on the address and you'll be able to see how far it is from you. So as you can see from me here, it's about 40 minutes to get to this place. Going back to the app, you can also see the phone number. So if you're running late, usually I would recommend to call us, Cessible Care, and then we'll be able to speak directly to the manager to let them know that you're running late. However, if you are at the place and you can't figure out how to get inside or nobody is opening the door, especially for those who do night shifts, then I would always recommend calling the site that you're working at. Let them know that you're here and you just don't know how to get in. That way they can direct you to the place that you're meant to be working. Now on the documents here, you'll be able to see the client's documents. So here you can probably see things like induction forms or anything that you need to be aware of from that client. Okay, so you always recommend to see what's in here. That way you know that you have everything that you need for that workplace. Now once you're ready to accept this shift, all you have to do is click on the name or the arrow here, and then you'll be able to see this pop up. I want to pick up this shift, so what I'm going to do is just pick up. Now it does ask you again, are you sure you want to pick up this shift? Now if you're sure you're going to make it to the shift and you're happy to pick up this shift, then you would press yes, and once you press that, we are relying on you to show up for that shift. So always accept a shift that you're able to do. So as you can see here, I'm going to say that yes, I'm sure I would like to do this shift. And then you would have this here with the location as well as the time that I'm meant to start. Now, if the shift is starting soon, okay, you would have this banner here that says start shift. Always remember to start your shift here by clicking start shift. Okay, it does ask you again, are you sure you're happy to start this shift? You've got the necessary skills. and then you just press start. Okay, as you can see, it's showing me that the shift is going right now. And if I'm ready and happy to end the shift, you have to come back here and end this shift. Once you end the shift, you would get this timesheet here, just to double check to make sure that these are the hours that you worked. Obviously, it tells me that I obviously clocked out within 5 minutes of starting the shift. That's why it automatically already calculated the hours that I've worked, okay? But if there's any difference, let's say you did stay in a bit late, maybe you finished a bit earlier, then you can change the end time here to say, actually, no, I finished this time. Now, again, you would put in the timesheet comment, which is the area that you worked in. So I would say cardiac ward. And then once I save that, it does ask for the client's signature. So you need to tap here for the client to sign. So whoever is my manager or my supervisor or the nurse in charge would then have to sign here for me to say that they've worked with me, and they would submit. Okay, so now the timesheet has been successfully submitted. Now on here on the My Shift, you'll be able to see all your shifts. Okay, so at the moment I have one shift, which is the Lower Templestowe shift here. Okay, now I still do have another available shift that I haven't picked up. This is for Tuesday, the 24th of December, and it's an 8.5 hour shift. Again, it's at the same place, Lower Templestowe. So if I want to have a look at the details, I just have to click on it to see the details of this shift. Okay, once I'm happy to pick up this shift, all I have to do is just click on the shift and then pick that up and say, yes, I'm sure I'm able to make it to this shift. And then I will then say yes. Okay, once I've said yes, that shift would now show up in My Shift. Okay, so as you can see on the My Shift, we only had one shift initially. Now we have 2 shifts that we have picked up this week. Okay, so if I go to My Shift, you'll be able to see that this week I only have one shift, which is on the 21st of December, Saturday 21st of December. And if I go next week, you can see that I do have a shift on the 24th of December. Okay, so on the My Shift, it will show you your weekly shifts, but the more you slide down to the next week, you'll be able to see the shift that you have next week and the week after, and so on and so forth. Okay, now once you've done your shift, let's say you do have an incident that you need to report, all you have to do is come up to the bottom here. Next to My Shift, moving to the right, you do have the incident. This is where you would put your incident report. Now, to start making an incident report, you have to press this plus button. You enter the date when this incident happened, and then the time, as well as the client's details, the type, the severity, describe the incident, and obviously follow the rest of the prompt. Once you've done that, all you have to do is just save, and that's been saved and sent to us for review. Now, in the documents, this is usually your documents. So things like your manual handling first aid perhaps will be in here, perhaps maybe your contract. You'd also have the offline timesheet and offline induction form if you need those. They'll definitely be located in here as well for you. Okay, now again, your availability. Now, this is the place where you would be able to put in your availability when you're available to work. As you can see, I do have my availability already set in here. So I'm available obviously on the 30th of December. And I'm also available, if I click next to January, you can see that I'm also available on these dates. Okay. Now, if I want to change the time that I'm available, all you have to do is delete. Okay, so you click on it and then you delete. If you want to re-enter that, all you have to do is just press the plus button and then you say, okay, maybe from next week, which is the 24th, 25th, 26th, 27th, 28th, you can just select as many days as you want. You say, yes, I'm available. Make sure you press yes. And then you say, okay, I'm only available perhaps in the morning. Okay, so I'm only available from 7 until perhaps maybe 5 p.m. Okay, and I'll save that. All right. So once you save that, if you come back, you'll be able to see that from the 24th to the 28th, I'm available from 7 in the morning to 5 p.m. Okay, and then obviously on the feed, this is where you would be able to see all the news feed that we send to you guys. So any news or events or anything at all that's happening within Cessible Care, you'll be able to see the feeds here, as well as some of the messages that we send to you guys here. Okay, sometimes when a shift is available, you would also see them on these notifications here. So you see all your notifications that we send to you in terms of communicating with you throughout the app. Now that's it from me, guys. Thank you all for tuning in, and I wish you all the best at Cessible Care.